Alrighty, we are going to go live. I'm just going to fix some settings real quick. Microphone usually does a little better on the camera, so we're going to use that. And we're ready to go live with Cruel Control and Legacy. So, if you missed the stream before, I have streamed this once before. I don't believe it went, I don't recall, I don't think it went very well. Decklist definitely needed some fixing and whatnot. Still including Pyromancer's Ascension. I was originally thinking to get rid of it, but I actually kind of liked it. So I think it's probably worth saving it. Let's see, I tried to increase the amount of spells that are the same, so we can get our Pyromancer's Ascension active a lot easier. So I've got, instead of Fatal Push, I've got just 3 Innocent Bloods, 4 Lightning Bolts. I dropped a counterspell. The mana can sometimes get a little clunky to cast it, so we just have 3 counterspell, 3 Snapcaster Mage to buy back our spells, 4 Keyblade Knowledge to draw cards, 4 Brainstorm, 2 Spell Pierce. It's possible that it should probably be 4 Ponders as well for discard for our cantrip suite. It'll also help to get our Pyromancer's Ascension active much quicker as well. There's 3 K commands, which I've gone up from 2 to 3. K commands is really strong right now in the format, so I wanted to include it. It's possible we could work some Hymn to Tourach in this deck, but again, same thing as Counterspell. It can sometimes be tough, especially when we're majority a blue deck, so we have more islands and swamps. We have a single mountain to help us with basics in the event that we're getting wastelanded out or whatnot. 1 Kess could possibly be better to have 2, especially since we are in the Pyromancer's Ascension plan. We want to have access to cast our cards as much as possible. 4 Jace the Mind Sculptor to help keep the cards flowing, to help control the process, the pace of the game and whatnot. It's also a win condition. 4 Force of Will and 2 Cruel Ultimatum. So that's kind of where the deck sits right now. Should hopefully go well, but we'll see what happens. In the mana base, I have a single Orborg, Tomb of Yawgmoth. Because I have so many islands and whatnot, I wanted to make sure I could fix the triple black and Cruel Ultimatum. So that's kind of like a random. I can top deck that and just get the triple black I need. Let's see. Sideboard. Don't believe I changed anything with the sideboard. You got 2 Flusterstorm, 3 Surgical, 3 Thoughtseize, 2 Pyroblast, 1 Pyroclasm, 2 Diabolic Eating, 2 Toxic Deluge. It's really just some more discard and some more discard, some Pyroblast, some Flusterstorm, some Surgicals for combo decks and whatnot. Diabolic Edicts are for like Depths decks and stuff like that. Toxic Deluge and Pyroclasm are for Swarm decks, etc. For some reason my tweet won't send that I am streaming, so that's kind of obnoxious. Alright, and that's where the deck sits right now. We're going to jump right in this league, and hopefully it goes well. Better than last time, I would hope, but we'll see what happens. Oh, man. What the fuck? So I was able to earlier finish out my league with Kess Landstill. Ended 3-2. Started out 3-0. Got paired against Zombardment, which runs Goblin Bombardment, Carrion Feeders, Gravecrawlers. Goblin Bombardment is the enchantment for 1 and a red. You can sacrifice a creature, deal 1 damage to any target. And then you run like Bloodghast, which you can recur with fetch lands and other lands and whatnot. Looks like my internet is being a little crappy right now, so that's not great. Hopefully we don't really experience any interruptions, but yeah, it's rough right now. Hopefully we don't experience too bad of interruptions. Hopefully everything goes smooth. We'll see what happens. If it becomes too intolerable for people, just let me know. Friggin' Charter. Oh, there we go. We got a match. Awesome. Hopefully the internet doesn't fuck us. Am I playing against someone with 0-1 on Bug Midrange? Okay. We'll play first for sure. This is a bit sketchy. I think we have to mulligan this. There's enough interaction. Actually, I'm going to keep it. We have Brainstorm hopefully help out our hand, but wouldn't mind like Another blue source would be great. Alright. Pawns on something black-green. Noble Hierarch leads me to believe this is Food Chain. We will see what ends up happening. I think I'm going to pass the turn, not brainstorm and stuff. There's no reason to. Counterspell, not a great top deck. Put out the swamp. Get a bulk. Just say go. Probably really no reason to fetch there, but I don't know what my opponent's doing. I'd rather not run into a stifle potentially. If we play a Leovold, we're definitely going to want to interact with that on the stack, hopefully. Double black. Him to Torok, okay. Just going to force that. Pitching Counterspell. At the moment, we don't have the double blue to cast Counterspell. I'd rather keep Brainstorm and keep and hide the information that we're running Cruel Ultimatum. And this time, we're probably going to Brainstorm end step just to get the hopefully get our land drop going. Got another land, that's good. We got an Accumulated Knowledge, Spell Pierce, that's all good. Gonna put back Cruel Ultimatum and Kolaghan's Command. We're gonna draw the Kolaghan's Command. We'll have the Spell Pierce up for anything they try to cast. We'll bolt up to bolt anything. If they try to play something like Leovold or whatever, we can bolt it. Thoughtseize. Bolt this. See if they try to interact. Paste mana or whatnot. Maybe we can Spell Pierce this Thoughtseize. Nope. Didn't get out of that one. I think we just... There's 8k here. I believe we're just drawing into... Oh, we're drawing into Cruel Ultimatum. That's fine. They can take the Cruel Ultimatum if they really want to. We're so far off from casting that. We have stuff like Snapcast and Agent Cast, so we can still potentially cast it. I could have Spell Pierced that to just hide their mana for the turn if they really wanted to resolve it. That might have been worth it. They might not have even paid any mana. If they just swap with him here, it might just get blown out, though. We will see what happens. It's taking quite a long time on this Thoughtseize. Either opponent's taking quite a long time or our connections suck so bad that that's the problem. Our opponent took the Cruel Ultimatum. That's interesting. That was probably Leovold. Yeah, that's Leovold. That's not good. Just Counterspell we could have used. One card down. It's unfortunate, but oh well. Yeah, probably should have just Spell Pierced that Thoughtseize. Tried to type their mana. We still wouldn't be able to interact with Leovold. So it might have not mattered. Baleful Strikes. I kind of care about that just because Leovold, but I don't care about it enough to actually counterspell it. I'd rather say counterspell for Food Chain or something more important. Fairly certain game one we're probably going to be in some trouble though. I don't know if I'll be able to beat this. Leovold's going to probably outvalue us pretty hard. Another counterspell just right on time. Missing a couple land drops is not good for us either.
Oh yeah.
It's so tempting to take command here. I don't think it's worth it though. Scalding Tarn. It's another land, that's good for us. I'm going to go ahead and play that, hold it. Vane Gretzky, thank you for following me on Twitch, I appreciate it. Gotta answer these cards sooner rather than later. Even a Jace to bounce Leovold, I'm fine with. Another friggin' land. That's not gonna do us any good. So we're getting to the point where I might actually just have to K-command Baleful Strix to save ourselves a point of damage. It's not really ideal, but I mean, I'm not going to interact with Brainstorm. I don't think there's any real reason to. I don't know. I don't like this, but they're drawing 2 cards. They're going to draw the 2 cards they tried to put back with Brainstorm, which doesn't matter. Either way, it clears off the Brainstorm. If one of those was a land, though, it increased the amount of lands I guess they have in the hand, so it doesn't really matter. We're pretty just screwed here. We're in quite a bit of trouble. Gotta answer this Leovold. Post board, we're getting much better off answering Leovold. We have like Pyroblast, we have Toxic Deluge, stuff like that. Diabolic Edicts. Not the most perfect or clean answers, but we have answers, so. Okay, I'm just gonna find an answer for this friggin' Leovold. Even fine drawing a Jace here to bounce it. Hopefully counterspell on the way back down. We are short of mana for that though, so that's gonna be a problem. What's our opponent doing here? Snapcaster Mage? Yeah, I don't want that to happen. So we're gonna try and counterspell that. I'm not seeing Wasteland in our future, so I think fetching duels here is probably okay. I have played against Food Chain where they have Wastelands, so not pretty, but want to get our mana up and running. Okay. So no Snapcaster Mage for them, which is good because we're not getting him to Torok again. Or Thought Seized. Swamp is not an answer Leovold, so we're going to concede. Ella. Alright. So if this is in fact Food Chain, Toxic Deluge to wipe the board, Pyroclasm wipe the board, Thought Seize to clear their hand, Pyroblast to interact with Leovold and counter magic. Not really a giant fan of Force here. I don't think we're going to need it. Yeah, some Blood's great at answering Leovold and stuff like that. Spell Pierce seems like it's going to be not amazing. Jace is a little slow. And then, let me think. What else do I hate here? Pretty much want all my removal. Cruel Demand is pretty slow, but it's actually like a decent way to win against this deck. Pyromancer's Ascension might be what gets cut. I'm going to go with Pyromancer's Ascension. Probably a Cruel Ultimatum. I still probably... Oh no, I'm at 61 cards on this deck, I forgot. I added a card and forgot to take one out. I know we have plenty of answers to their critters and whatnot, so we should be able to interact a lot more favorably. Jace's, there's some argument to possibly keeping them in and dropping some number of counterspells. I still want some early interaction with their creatures and whatnot, and counterspells some of the best interaction we have, unfortunately. On the plate, it'll be much easier to get this online and be able to cast it. Wow. Alrighty. My opponent's not really sure what the hell's going on. They just know we're running Cruel Ultimatum. They're probably very confused about it. Yeah, I think I'd like a Jace over a Cruel Ultimatum personally. I'm going to do that quick swap. Another reason as well to drop the Pyromancer's Ascension is we're bringing a lot of like 2 and 1-ofs for spells. So those spells being cast really make it a little harder for us to activate a Pyromancer's Ascension. So that's worthwhile to bring in. They're probably on Abrupt Decay, so Pyromancer's Ascension is also just kind of a target for Abrupt Decay. So we might not even get it active anyway, so we could put in a bunch of work and just never do anything with it. I guess they were on Bug Midrange, so they might not even be a Food Chain deck. They might literally just be like a Leovold midrange type deck. Like that Bant Leovold or whatever that redo played for a bit right after Leovold came out. This hand's acceptable. It's got Brainstorm, it's got Thoughtseize, it's got Lightning Bolt, got K Command. So we have a lot of interaction. We have Brainstorm to fix our draw up a little bit. I'm gonna lead on a Thoughtseize. We'll see what kind of 7 they kept. Hopefully break it up a bit. They have him. We'll probably just take him because I really don't want to deal with that. True Nemesis, we have a lot of answers to. We don't currently have any hand. Ponders, very tempting to take though. They're on double Wasteland, Bayou Underground Sea, so we're gonna have to be a little more careful with the way we play our lands apparently. I'm gonna go ahead and just take the True Nemesis. Jace isn't ideal, but something we can actually interact with. True Nemesis we have to interact with on the stack. I'll keep their hand up so we can remember what they're running. They play their first Wasteland. They're going to waste us, yeah. Play Scalding Tarn here, pass. They have another Wasteland in hand, so we don't just want to be jamming and playing dual lands. Wasteland's going to definitely make it a little tough for us, though. Alright, so we know they haven't drawn it. We know they drew the Misty Rainforest either last turn or this turn. So we know about 5 cards in their hand. So now we know exactly what 5 cards are in their hand. Noble Hierarch. I am tempted to Lightning Bolt, but I don't think I can afford to fetch out the duel. So I'm going to want the blue source for Brainstorm, so we're just going to pass. Underground Sea, it's another Wasteland target, which kind of sucks, but not much you can do about it. If our draw doesn't improve a little bit, we're going to get wrecked by these Wastelands. Ponder we knew about. So they have 1 unknown currently. Double Wasteland their opening hand was a little unfortunate for us. What did they do with that? They chose not to shuffle and they drew a card, so obviously they liked what they saw. Thoughtseize. Gonna fetch a basic island. We're gonna Brainstorm, hide some stuff. We're definitely gonna want to hide this Toxic Deluge. I'd like to have the outer to Leovold and stuff like that in Friends. They actually gonna Flusterstorm or Spell Pierce this? Okay, so they drew a Flusterstorm. So they're gonna get free reign on their hand. Well, that sucks. Nope, not paying 1 for Flusterstorm at all. So now we know they have Bayou Wasteland Jace, which is going to be tough for us. They take the Bolt. We can't interact with Jace currently. We actually don't have red source anyway at the moment. Because I've been fetching basics because of this Wasteland. This is going to be a little bit of a train wreck. Not a good start. They might just take Toxic Deluge. I'm assuming it's going to be Bolt they're going to take. They could take K Command, but the red spells aren't nearly as threatening as the black spell at the moment. Oh, okay. K Command. So they're showing respect to K Command. Makes sense. I'm going to play Volk here and just bolt the stupid Noble Hierarch. This means they can't play Jace next turn. If they play Wasteland, they're still 2 turns off of Jace. If they play Wasteland, just try to waste my Volk. They know what my draw was because I didn't have a Volk before, and now I do. They're casting Brainstorm. That may or may not be good for us. Ideally, if they could not play Wasteland this turn and we can draw a cast, I'd be much more happy about our position. Okay. Played Bayou. Don't know if they still have Wasteland hand. We're probably, yeah, him to Torok. Kind of figured once it was double black floating. So we're getting ripped apart a bit by this deck. I'm going to cast a Snapcaster Mage into Thoughtseize right here. I would like to take their Jace if they still have it in hand. They don't. It's going to suck, but I gotta try to proactively do something here, since they can just Wasteland us and stuff. Yeah, there's Jace. So they still have Wasteland in hand, so we're definitely getting Wastelanded. We're gonna lose our Volk here. Which means we're gonna be stuck on 2 mana, which is not ideal for us, but... the Wasteland... There's the Wasteland. They did Brainstorm, so they know the top 2 cards of their deck. Okay, they have Diabolic Edict. We can put on some pressure with Snapcaster Mage. So now they are through the Brainstorm that they'd cast. There's another Brainstorm. Okay. They've Diabolic Edict, so if they just kind of like play land, jam Leovold here, we can actually interact with it as long as they can't counter it, which they won't really have to spare mana to counter it, so we might get lucky here if that's the case. Oh man. We got Innocent Blood. Okay. Kind of drawing blanks here. Need to draw more land. Definitely need to draw more lands. Getting double wastelanded was not good for us. Him again, probably. Yeah, another Hymn to Torox. So our hand's getting shredded by Thoughtseize Hymn to Torox. Another Diabolic Edict. Okay, so we still have a decent out to True Name or Leovold if they play one. I mean, if they keep drawing discard and stuff, we're actually in decent shape. Our Snapcaster Mage can eventually get there. We have Diabolic Edict to clear whatever blocker they play, so we might be able to dig this one out, but at the moment, my hopes aren't really very high. Okay, Command's not an amazing top deck, but it's a top deck nonetheless. We do find another red source, which I believe we have Basic Mountain and 2 more Volcanic Islands in here. I think maybe a Badlands, I don't really remember. Probably should have gone over the mana base before I started up. Abrupt Decay. Yep. We lost our Snapcaster Mage, so we're going to have to find something else to pressure them now. Things are not going well for us. This one's a tough one. Let's look at this stupid deck. Where is it? Legacy. Cruel Control. Yeah, no Badlands. Okay. What do they do on their turn? Fetched and called it a day. Okay. That's fine. So now we have the ability to get a red source. Probably just getting Basic Mountain. Depending on if we're actually forced to act. Oh, for fuck's sake. Yeah, I'm just going to K-Command here. They're at 8 life, so we're 2 bolts away from killing them. So I kind of have to do this, I think. I can't just let them take it. So I'm going to make them discard and deal 2 damage to them. I would love to return a creature, but obviously returning Snapcaster Mage in the face of a Thoughtseize does nothing for us. So we might as well try and take a card from their hand and deal some damage. They had Spell Pierce, though, so their draw is lined up against us very well. I don't know what their last card in hand is. Actually, they would have been at 4. I forgot about Thoughtseize taking 2 life. Okay, Power Blast isn't bad. They try and jam Leovold or Jace, we can answer it. They try to jam a True Name, we can also answer that. That's neat. Bolt isn't bad. I'm going to hold off on the Bolt, see if we can actually get some value out of it. They like lose some life on their own. Strix. I don't particularly want them to cantrip, so I'm going to go ahead and just counter that. Rather than not dig into their deck if we can help it. They have more counter magic, we're just screwed either way. Oh, Hydroblast, look at that. Okay. Well, the Hydroblast can't interact with that Bolt now, so that's something. At this point, we're a fetch land, a K-Command, and a Lightning Bolt away from killing them. They have a fetch land in place, so that's part of it. Delta can go into play, we'll pass turn. Jesus Christ. Not going great. Hymn to Torox messed this up real good. Freaking Hydroblast. Wow. I guess they really didn't want to lose to Cruel Ultimatum. This is probably Leovold here. Ramunap Excavator. That's not a card I want to see. Even if they can replay Wasteland, I can't particularly just... I can't just kill that. I need to just hold up my mana. I have plenty more mana sources to interact with them, so... Scalding Tarn. Sure, we'll play another land. This is not pretty. Not the way we wanted to draw this one up. Yep. We'll respond and fetch. Yeah, the basic island with that one. They try to wasteland the Delta, we'll just get another basic swamp. We have one more as well. Assuming that's probably going to be what they do. They're getting a lot of mileage out of this Ramunap Excavator, which is not ideal for us, but really want them to just kind of fetch and then die to Bolt. If they Thoughtseize me, that would be ideal as well. Toxic Deluge. That's not bad. Can do that for 3 life. Okay. We go to 6. We hopefully kill these 2 creatures. Plus Storm doesn't get there, countering it. Wow, they're really going after my lands. Ah, that was cute. I kind of was thinking that would come, but yep. Countered my spell. Good for you. I get my swamp now. Alright, now we actually have to just bolt the Ravenok Excavator, which sucks. If we don't bolt it, we're just dead, so. Yeah, if they have counter magic for this, like, they just had everything they needed to interact with what we had, so. Another Hydroblast, so they got it. Almost. We're at 5, we're going to take 3 here. Jeez. Brutal. Tough crowd. They did a lot more cantripping than we did, I guess. I don't know. Move that Wasteland back again. Another Bolt. Buys us a turn if we kill this Excavator. If we can. Unless they have another Hydroblast or Snap Hydroblast or something. Which I was kind of anticipating, but they didn't have it, so that's good. This has not been a pretty one for us. This has been a little brutal. So, good draws. Let's see. Snapcaster Mage to Snap K command. Buy back Snapcaster Mage, Snap K command to kill them, roughly. What is this? Chase? Oh, we're pretty fucked. I have a feeling it's going to be tick up, leave a card on top. It's not a card I need to win. Oh, well, they brainstorm. That's interesting. So we're 2 men off from Cruel Ultimatum. These Wastelands that they've been able to, they've played two and were able to rebuy them with Ravenok Excavator. Those are not great for us. Alright, so if I can draw Snapcaster Mage, I can Snap K command, kill Shock. Oof. If we draw K command, yeah, we're just dead. I'm just gonna take my own life here. Yeah, we lose. That was rough. A lot of Hymn to Torox. Pretty tough. Bug mid-range deck actually looks pretty sweet, though. Originally I thought it was Food Chain. Although I guess that did sell. My MTG bot did tell me that this deck was seen 21 days ago as Bug mid-range, so probably should have known better. Yeah, that deck was pretty sweet. Match. Okie dokie. Limit opponent, click. Magic player 1151. I'm playing against Magic player 1151 who's 1-2 currently. This has interaction, it's got a cantrip, it's got lands. I'm going to keep it. This hand's actually not bad. It's kind of what we're looking for. Obviously some more like cantrips, maybe some type of interaction would be good. Delver Secret's interesting. Could be looking at some type of off an island. We could be looking at some type of like mono blue like standstill, which I heard happened recently. Jim Davis was playing it, I guess. We could be looking at just Patriot Delver. There's a lot of different options we can be looking at right now. I'm just going to go ahead and try to Innocent Blood this away now. We'll try to bolt it next turn if they do interact with us. Nope, we won't pay for that days. We don't have mana for it. Thank you for offering, though. Kind of like rub it in Magic Online, you know. But your spell didn't resolve. Hee hee. Lightning Bolt, sweet. So at least blue-red. This could just be blue-red Delver, I guess. Completely forgot about blue-red Delver. People still play that deck. That's cute. Here I'm definitely going to try and bolt that. So we're probably not worried about Wasteland at the moment. We've drawn 2 lands, though, so that's kind of concerned. They can just interact with the first few spells, then we just don't really draw anything relevant. Like, we'd probably just lose here. Price of Progress is a card we're going to be concerned with. So that's something to think about. So we're definitely going to want some way to interact with Price of Progress. I've been seeing a lot of Bear Blossoms online. Is that true of anyone else? Oh, this is Grixis. Okay. Interesting. Orborg. Perfect. Yeah, I'm just going to play Underground Sea and play this Accumulate Knowledge. Another fucking win. Perfect. Wow. The 3 spells I had in my opening hand are the 3 spells I've seen this whole game so far. Only 11 cards in the deck, 22 lands. It's brutal, but whatever. It happens. Oh, jeez. Hey, perfect timing, Force of Will. I have not 5 mana and not 5 cards. And not another blue card in hand. Oh, jeez. Something tells me this is going to be another game where we're just kind of dead. Oh, Magic. How much you hate me. Well, cheers, everyone. We don't have Sweeper's main board, so this Pyromancer is going to be a little tough for us. It's going to have 6. There's no reason to hold up. Like, it gives away the information. We can't counter anything, but... Okay. Cruel Ultimatum would be an interesting one. Guess I just play Island here. Cruel Ultimatum doesn't really do anything. Right now, they have so many creatures. I guess it can gain us 5 life. Doesn't buy us back anything right now. We need like Snapcaster Mage to do with that. If I can draw a Snapcaster Mage, that'd be pretty awesome. Drawing Snapcaster Mage to buy back Lightning Bolt wouldn't be bad. If I'm gonna go Snap Bolt on Young Pyromancer, would be pretty nice. Ugh, another land. You've got to be kidding me right now. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're on a 2 this turn. We're obviously not gonna, like, they have 5 cards in hand. They're not particularly doing anything. They could be spamming tokens, but they're not. Odds are this Cruel Ultimatum doesn't resolve next turn. Yeah, Bolt's too. Bolt's pretty good. I hear Bolt's a pretty good card. Well, let's try and hardcast Force, I guess. So Cruel Ultimatum doesn't even buy us a turn, really. So there's really no reason to keep in this game. I don't want to give away the information either. I'm just going to fucking concede. No reason to stay there. Alright, Pyroclasm's great. Tox Deluge is great. If I had Hydroblast, that'd probably be good. They'd probably feel good. Thoughtseize is possibly okay. I'm going to put this over here for now. No, that's going over there. I'm just going to put this over here for now. All my removal's good. I'm not huge on counter spells here. Force of Wills, I'm like okay on. I'm thinking that Thoughtseize might just be better though. Pyroblast, kind of filing the stack a little bit. Kill Delver seems okay. Ideally, I also need to be concerned with like Berry Blossom. I think this is fine. If we can sweep up the board and like put down a Jace, I think we'll be okay to actually get some going. Pyromancer Ascension, they're going to be running stuff like Bitter Blossom, Fetch Lands, and all that, and maybe their own Thoughtseize. Pyromancer Ascension could actually become like a Bolt Engine, or we can actually just burn them out. Yes, I'd love to play first. Thoughtseize in hand, 2 lands. Cruel Ultimatum, this is a pretty bad hand. Oh my god, this is worse. Jesus Christ. Wow, MTGO, why do you hate me? I did okay in my league earlier. Don't hate me now. Yeah, that last game saw a lot of lands. And this hand's, yeah, that's not great. That last hand was, there was a lot of removal in that last hand. The 7 might have been worth keeping. Jesus fucking Christ. Alright, let's keep this. Jace bottom. I probably should have let on Scalding Tarn. If they have Wastelands in our deck, they just waste us out. We're just fucked. Well, I guess you have Wasteland. Here comes Wasteland. Hopefully my opponent's not running Wastelands. Given the way their mana turned out earlier, it doesn't look like it, but... we'll find out. Opponent, are you in my chat right now? Did you do it just to be funny? Like, seriously? I freaking knew it, too. Should have let on Scalding Tarn. My draw compared to my opponent's draws, it has not been a fair one. Oh, Jesus. Cruel Ultimatum, really? Stifle. Oh my god, Stifle would be so funny. No? Okay, sweet. I'm just going to get Basic Island. I need to have mana, so I can't afford to be wastelanded again. Hopefully this finds me a bunch of mana, and we're probably going to be looking at Spell Pierce here, maybe Daze. Okay, Daze. Yeah, Pyroblast. Perfect. Yep. Oh, I'm so dead. Should have just kept it open again with 2 freaking lands in it. Oh, man. I guess Cruel Ultimatum pretty slow in this matchup and doesn't do much. This probably could have come out. Could have just been counter spells or whatever. Yeah, nope. You have free reign. F6. We're at 0-2. I'm not confident of the ability I have to win this game, given the way it has gone thus far. Drawing like 11 cards, seeing 3 spells that were in my open hand last game. Now this game, not really having that many lands. I mean, luckily we are drawing some lands, which is... Luckily we draw the lands, that's good. We haven't missed a land drop yet. Have we? Oh yeah, I missed a land drop last turn, because like, my brainstorm got countered, so I couldn't find one. Oh boy. It might have been worth it to try and jam Pyromancer's Ascension just to get it on the board. So that way, even if we start casting spells into like counter magic and crap, we can get it active. I don't think that's worth it. Jamming it into Daze just doesn't really make sense. We also only have a Brainstorm in our graveyard, so it's not like we really gain much right now from that. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. I'm just gonna have 6. I have no responses. Something tells me they're jamming a True Name Nemesis here. We are running 3 Innocent Bloods, and we do have Sweeper effects, so we can interact with that. That doesn't mean game over for us. It's not ideal at the moment, because we obviously don't have interaction or the mana for interaction at the moment. And they end up just passing turns. It's kind of interesting, kind of strange, but okay. I'll take it. I'm just going to pass no response. If they are the Delver deck or the Control deck, we actually have time. We should be able to have time. Given the fact we've made it to turn 5, they don't have a threat on board. They haven't done much. We haven't done much. I kind of like our chances there, but we'll see what happens here. It's going to be a last hope. Okay. Attempt to end a turn, just like Snapcaster, Brainstorm, but I don't know if that's right. Just have to try something eventually. I don't like the fact I have to fetch non-basics. Let's try the Snapcaster and a Brainstorm. So K-Commander Bolt could answer this Liliana if they can't answer my Snapcaster Mage. I can at least attack Liliana for 2. And either K-Commander bolted away the rest of the way, so can potentially kill this Liliana here. I am going to try and Brainstorm here, though, so we're going to go ahead and get a Valk right now. Let's try and cast Brainstorm. Where are my lands untapping? What's going on here? This might get dazed. There's a chance my opponent doesn't particularly want this Brainstorm to resolve, as we are digging. Yep, that's what happened. The unfortunate part about that is now we don't Brainstorm, which is our only spell in the yard for Pyromancer's Ascension. We are in a mold of 4, though. It looked like a semi-sketchy opening 7 with a Cruel Ultimatum and 2 lands. One was a swamp, one was a fetch land. We had some interaction and whatnot, so it's possible we should have just kept that in hand. And then we went no land, into 4 cards, which was Pyromancer's Ascension, Snapcaster Mage, Underground Sea Scalding turn. So this game we're lucky when we're drawing lands. Last game we were drawing lands when I really didn't want to. Okay, Command's kind of sweet. I don't know if we'll resolve it, but it would be kind of sweet if we did. See if they have interaction with the Snapcaster Mage. They do not. Okay, now I have to try and resolve this K-Command here. You're going to discard, you're going to get shocked. Hopefully they don't have interaction for this. They have a Hydroblast, they can cast it. Odds are they don't have Hydroblast, though, so I'm not too worried about that. Could be Spell Pierce, could be Flusterstorm still. You know, they're fucking days. Who knows? Jesus Christ. Oh, no. It's all going horribly wrong. K-Command was a nice top deck. Didn't do anything now. Bolt will be great here. Delver Secrets, that's not good for us either. Bolt to kill Liliana. Nope, AK. Okay, well, let's see if we can draw a Bolt. Can we draw a Bolt? Can you not Spell Pierce that? Spell Pierce. Perfect. Just what I was hoping to draw. Alright, in some real trouble here. Maybe they'll accidentally tick up Liliana Last Hope on their Delver secrets. Hey, that didn't flip. Sweet. There's a reprieve. Ah, man. Well, it's been rough. Yep, Liliana's now out of bolt range. Not great. Not a good thing. Oh, another Cruel Ultimatum. Perfect. You know, I'm just going to go ahead and do this. Hope we can get something going. If we start drawing spells that we have in our yard, this will be active. And then we can start actually moving through some counter magic and stuff. One nice thing about getting this thing active is counter magic won't matter so much. Our Cruel Ultimatums will be insane if we get to resolve one of those this game. Yep, I have nothing else to do. I guess I shouldn't just pass no response because we do have Spell Pierce up. Well, Delver, let's see if you flip here. Force a Will. Okay, so we're not resolving stuff after this. Perfect. So happy right now. So I think we're 0-2 here. Mull of 4 was pretty bad. Drawing 2 Cruel Ultimatums, not great. Definitely probably should have boarded out at least one of those. As a Brainstorm. If we still had the other Brainstorm, that'd be a counter. I highly doubt they're going to Force Will this. They might. If they do, Spell Pierce doesn't help us. They're going to hardcast Force Will because that would be dandy. Hardcast Force so we can Spell Pierce your Force. Please do that. I'm all for it. Maybe I think we're so far ahead, it doesn't matter if this Brainstorm resolves. I'm just going to hardcast Force. The Delver deck hit 5 mana before the not-Delver deck. Before the control deck. It's a sad world we live in. Another Force? Maybe Days? Who knows? At this point, all they have to do is protect these 2 cards and they can win, so... it's not terrible. We're going to get rid of these 2 Cruel Ultimatums. I would have liked another land, but... as far as it goes, that wasn't the worst. I think I should wait till their turn. If we get to Spell Pierce something, that'd be a counter my Pyromancer Ascension. If I can get that thing active, I might actually be able to bolt out this Liliana. Put 2 Cruel Ultimatums back, so we're probably not actually getting we're probably not actually turning on this Pyromancer Ascension now I'm thinking about it. This is not good. I needed a fetch line there. Cruel Ultimatums on top is not ideal. We are probably just very dead here. Burn, Gobo, burn. Thank you for following me on Twitch. I appreciate it. Even with this really bad run I'm currently having. I appreciate you following me. Well, we can't Spell Pierce that. So I'm just going to bolt this now. Hope they don't counter it. Uh-oh. Yep. Yep, can't resolve anything, really. Oh, boy. We are in some shit.
Oh, yeah.
That Brainstorm is looking so good, too. Like, sweet, Brainstorm, Thoughtseize, Spell Pierce, Bolt. Oh, no fetch lands. We have 2 Cruel Ultimatums on top. We're just very dead. We're going to go to 10. This is going to put us to 4. Thoughtseize puts us to 2, which means we're in Bolt range. I think we're just dead. I'm just going to go ahead and scoop. I'm not going to waste the time. Yeah, that was not even fucking close. The draw was very good. My draw was very miserable. Mulligan to 4 against that deck was not ideal. And again, I probably shouldn't have played Underground Sea for my first land in case they're running Wasteland. They saw several lands first game, didn't see any Wastelands, so I was kind of skeptical on them running it. Instead of the Young Pyromancer deck, I was thinking maybe the like Blue-Red Delver with like Splash Black, but it didn't work out very well. It happens. Definitely something to not screw up later, hopefully. Yeah, so far this league's not going great. I'm actually kind of curious if I should load up on removal main board instead of stuff like Counterspell. What is your affiliation? As far as I'm aware, no one at Hipster Coast really knows for sure anything. I wasn't involved with the whole thing. I really don't want to talk about it. So I'm gonna say is I wasn't involved with the Todd Stevens thing, and all I know is we have sources. So that's about the best I have. I really don't particularly want to turn the stream into a trash Todd Stevens thing. I don't. If everything is true, I don't like it, and I'm happy that he's getting punished. But I don't want to, throw anything out. So thank you very much. I appreciate it, Schultz. Legacy's the best. This hand's much better than my other hands have been, so we're going to keep this. We have the double blue for counterspell if we need it. We have an AK, so we have some dig. We have K command, which is just obviously value. And we have force that we can pitch a blue card to. So this hand looks pretty good, depending on what we're playing against for the most part. So you should be fine. What was that about transfer? Hey Connor, how's it going? Not amazing. What do you got? Thoughtseize? I kind of want to counter that because it's clearly Death Shadow aggro. I don't particularly want to give them information, so I think I'm just going to counter that. I don't really like this counter spell, man. If they try to daze back, I can just pay for that. Not a big deal. If they try to force back, like, sure. Whatever. They force back. They're probably going to take K command. They might take AK. My assumption would be probably AK, but would they pitch to force will again? Brainstorm? Okay, that's kind of a win, I guess. Assuming AK is going to go. Yeah, there it goes. And they are very close to 12 life, which means Death Shadow gets castable very soon. Oh, look, K command, perfect. And this person's randomly running Cobble Therapy. Here's where we get blown out. Another Thoughtseize. Okay, so we're losing K command here. Sweet. We're likely going to be fetching up Swamp with this because they are a Wasteland deck. I would like to protect all my colors. Yeah, we're trying to give opponents ultimatums, but mana has been very tough. And round one, we got himmed a lot. We were against Bug Midrange or whatever. Hymn to Torok was kind of tearing us up a bit. Some Thoughtseizes, some Wastelands, stuff like that. Ramunap Excavator with Wastelands. There's no reason to hold up Cake Man. I'm going to cast Brainstorm here. Kind of want to hide a couple cards. I think Innocent Blood and Cake Man are cards I'd like to hide. I'd rather draw Innocent Blood first, so we're going to do that. I'm just going to play Mountain here as I go. Hymn to Torok. Okay. Just going to bolt you in response to that. How does that sound? Okay. So our top deck is Innocent Blood. Our next card is K Command. K Command probably should have been the first card we drew. Innocent Blood's a card I wouldn't have minded shuffling away, but K Command's not particularly one I would like to. Although Innocent Blood does answer a Death Shadow, so there's that. Definitely still want to draw that K Command though. They're getting the life total pretty low. We're definitely getting basic Swamp here. We're going to hope they don't have Force, so we just kill this Death Shadow and call it a day. Nice. Now if they try to resolve a Delver or something, K Command can answer that. Another Hymn to Torok, so there goes K Command, that sucks. Death Shadow with Hymn to Torok, so I didn't realize that was a thing. That's just blue-black so far. Instant Blood's really underrated, I feel. So like overall, like Instant Blood can be kind of awkward because like shit like this happens where like you get like 2 creatures on the battlefield, and like you're looking at like 1/1 unflipped Delver that won't flip and a 5/5 Gurmag Angler, and then you draw an Instant Blood, and it's like, well, that Delver secret's going away, and this Gurmag Angler's going to punch me in the face. Hey, look, another Instant Blood, sweet. So there is that, but like Innocent Blood just it answers True Name Nemesis when you can wipe the rest of the board. Like I've had a lot of games where like a True Name's on board punching me in the face, and I'm sitting there like, okay, Bolt your other creature, K command your other creature, like or K command a creature, shatter Baleful Strix, and I'm just like, okay, I just can't answer this True Name. Innocent Blood will always take care of that though. Well, like I said, Innocent Blood can be really awkward in a lot of matchups where they just go, okay, creature, 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 answer these, and then Innocent Blood's just like, okay, well, can't answer the creature I want to answer. So there's a little bit of awkwardness to running Innocent Blood, but overall, I think it's actually good. So Ponder, so they brainstorm, put Ponder on top. I don't know the other card in their hand, and the last card they have is the Ponder they revealed. That's good. The last card is I don't know. This is why I always bring in my Lingering Souls to an Innocent Blood fight. Yeah, Lingering Souls is very good in Innocent Blood fight. It's generally very, very good way to get your creatures protected against that sacrifice effect. Alright. So what did our opponent do? They chose not to shuffle. So like the 3 cards I saw on top. Could be more threats, could be some interaction. Yeah, Cruel Ultimatum's not a good top deck here. I'm finding a little bit of a recurring theme here about Cruel Ultimatum in Legacy. No matter how much I want this deck to work, it just may never work. We'll find out what happens. More at 8. More at 9, you know. Thoughtseize, okay, you can go to 4. So my opponent goes to 4. They're in Bolt, Snap Bolt. They're in like K command, Snap K command range. Oh, now they're 3. Now they're in Bolt range. Cruel Ultimatum does pitch to force. That is true. I love that argument. It's a perfect argument. What are you casting with double black? Just paying as much as possible for a Grimag Angler? It's probably worth it to just use your Wasteland for mana then. That's weird. So if I top deck Bolt, you're just dead because you have no cards in hand. Sweet. Come on, Bolt. Bolt or Snap Bolt. Come on, Bolt. Come on, Bolt. Bolt or Snapcaster Mage. I have 6 cards I could love to draw right here. No! This could still be it. Bolt or Snapcaster. Yes! Suck it. Yes! You did. Nice Grimag Angler, though. Yay! There's not a whole lot here I really particularly love. Like, Edicts can be fine. I think Thoughtseize I'm okay with. So Thoughtseize is definitely coming in. I think Force because they're on the play, but we're going to drop Counterspell. Being on the draw. Counterspell just gets really clunky against Thoughtseize. Hymn to Torok deck. It's generally not going to be able to be cast in time. Can pitch to Force, though, so there's that. This is a discard matchup, so Pyromancer's Ascension I think is going to be really good here. Toxic Deluge is possibly worth it, but probably not. I'm not really hot on it. Innocent Blood's pretty good, I would say. Lightning Bolt's perfect. K Command's fine. Jace. Jace I think might be a little too slow. I'm fine dropping a couple of those. I'm going to drop a Cruel Ultimatum. This is still a Delver deck that can get very aggressive. I'm going to bring in Pyroclasm and 2 Dialogue Edicts. Pyroclasm can answer all their Delvers, some of their early Death Shadows. Toxic Deluge generally is going to have to pay way too much life, I think, to be worth it, so I don't really want to bring that in. On the play where Toxic Deluge is a little faster and they can't get as aggressive as quickly and early, I think it might be okay. This hand is really freaking good if they go all in on a turn 1 Death Shadow or a turn 2 Death Shadow. This hand's really bad if they're on discard. Given the way their games have gone, I'm going to try this just because I'm kind of scarred of how some of our mulligans have gone. This has a lot of mana. It's got 2 decent spells. I'm going to try it. We'll see what happens. I like that upstairs thing you did right there, Connor. The person walking upstairs into a fire. Throwing fire upstairs, man. Oh my god. It never fails. Another land. No. Well, our opponent knew about 1 Fluid Delta. They're both the same art, so might as well just play one out. This protects us against Wasteland, so we start developing our mana as well. And we have plenty of basics. If they try to play turn 1 threat, we can just bolt it next turn, hopefully. If they try to Thoughtseize us, we can just bolt them. Wasteland. Good. Right, let's get some mana in play. Brainstorm. No! Volcanic Island! No! Don't draw the land again. Why are you doing this to me, deck? Why are you doing this? Oh, man. I mean, I want all the land. Maybe that'll work. Shuffle will immediately stop giving me land when I want all the land. Too bad I boarded out one of those troll ultimatums. Looks like I might actually resolve one here. Oh, man. Cheers, everyone. So we know we have plenty of land, so Wasteland's not as frightening. Yeah, I still want to develop my mana before we allow ourselves to get Wastelanded. I'd mostly like to develop our mana because we do want to be able to potentially bolt, snap bolt, stuff like that. That might be a Death Shadow we can just bolt and kill. What can they possibly do here to lose enough life? I don't think they can do anything here to lose enough life. So, yeah. Just going to go ahead and... Oh my god, another Vault. Perfect. So they need to find a way to lose 2 life here. They could just force this, obviously. Yeah, there we go. I guess they would have to lose 3 life to make that survive. It was a 1-1. So we've drawn all lands. It's been 3 draws now. Drew Delta, Volk, Volk. We started our hand with Snap, Bolt, Volk, Underground Sea, Island, Mountain, Delta. Oh no, it's happening again. This happened earlier against that Bug Midrange deck, and they thought seized us. And this one thought seized us. It never fails. Oh man. Yeah, another Watergrave. We got another Death Shadow into Torok. Well, the last up, that's a pretty good one. That's a good one. Ooh, they're buying back a Death Shadow potentially. They bought back the Death Shadow. What did they mill? They milled Thoughtseize Ponder? Okay. Oh, yeah, Thoughtseize isn't bad here. I will Thoughtseize them and take their Death Shadow. They did all that work to get the Death Shadow, now they're going to lose it. Haha. Get them. Get them. They have double Death Shadow. I'm kind of tempted to take Force then, but I really don't want to deal with these Death Shadows, so I'm going to take one of those. So we know they have Force Days, Death Shadow. I'm just going to go ahead and play one of my duels here. I don't think there's any particular reason to hold them back. They have 1 Wasteland, we have 4 duels in hand. Really like to draw Brainstorm. Might have been worth to take Force just so when we draw Brainstorm we can definitely resolve it. Resolving a K command would be nice to kill this and make them discard again. They have their Wasteland finally, that's fine with me. Death Shadow's good. Alrighty. Ooh, perfect! Yes, another land! Finally! Jesus. We're going to lose this one. We're going to be going to game 3, I think. Spoiler alert, we're not winning. So they have Forced Days we have to go through. They have Death Shadow in play. They have Lily Last Hope that can now buy back a Death Shadow even if we answer one. Yeah, I don't think we're winning this one. Fairly certain we're going to lose this one. There's potential that they do some weird things to lose a bunch of life. And we could just like bolt, snap bolt, something like that. I don't think that's going to be likely. Holy fuck, we drew another land. I mean, we are 2 mana away from Cruel Ultimatum. Maybe this turn we draw a card they have to counter. Next turn we draw Cruel Ultimatum, which kills this, puts them to 4. Nice Thoughtseize. I mean, it's going to be 6 damage instead of 4, which is nice for them. The Thoughtseize failed. This could be another 3. That puts that to a 9/9. So we're now on a 2-turn clock. We know their last 2 cards are Forcible and Daze, so chances are we're not answering the Death Shadow. They're going to counter any spell we draw off the top. And we can't survive 2 turns, which we need to be able to. Who knows, maybe we cast a spell and they don't force it. Pretty much has to be Brainstorm that we cast, though. We're going to buy back another Death Shadow. They build a Delver and a Daze. They bought back the other Death Shadow. So now we have to answer 2 Death Shadows, which we can't do. So we're just going to concede, go to game 3. Yeah, that's like 20-something cards, 3 spells. So that's just not much I can do there. Being back on the play, I'm going to bring these counter spells back in. I'm going to boil out these forces. And I'll bring a Jason. Cruel Ultimatum is tempting to drop, but I think that the lose 5 life is a potential actual win condition here, just because of the nature of the Death Shadow deck. So I kind of want to keep in at least one Cruel Ultimatum as like a long, like that game went long, and there's a potential we could have resolved a Cruel Ultimatum eventually. So I'd like to keep in Cruel Ultimatum, given the fact that it could be an actual legitimate win condition. In general, though, I wouldn't particularly want this against the Delver deck. We have enough removal where I think it's worth it, though. Again, we didn't really see much reason to bring in Tox Deluge. Like, we know they're on Death Shadows or on Delvers. Like, Delvers are easily answered. Death Shadows, we have to use, like, Earnest and Bloods to answer. Our Diabolic Edicts, our early bolts for smaller Death Shadows. So I think that that's going to be an okay configuration when we play. We're definitely going to be the control deck, though. We have to play this slowly and carefully. If I knew I was going to draw land the way I did last game, I would absolutely just keep this without thinking. I think this hand's actually fine. I'm going to keep it anyway. I'm just going to lead on Fluid Delta and pass. As much as I want to just Thoughtseize them turn 1, I don't know if it's worth it. It might be worth it. I'm going to play Fluid Delta, get a Swamp, and Thoughtseize them. I think I'm convinced myself to just go ahead on Thoughtseize. If they have like Thoughtseize or Hymn to Tauros in hand, I'd like to be able to interact with them before they can interact with me. So I'm going to go ahead and try that. We're going to get a Swamp in case they have Underground Sea, in case they have Wasteland. We can't really afford to get Wastelanded this early. So we know they don't have Wasteland in hand currently. Delver Secrets, I think I'm fine just taking the threat here. We can fight through most of the rest of this hate in hand, but you've had someone Tox Deluge a Merit Lage. I've actually done that on when I was playing the Rock for a bit, or I was playing like Recurring Nightmare Nick Fit deck. I was able to cycle some like Thragtusk with Recurring Nightmare to go above 20 life, and I eventually had to Tox Deluge a Merit Lage. That was not fun, but I like that game enough life where it didn't matter. I've also used Tox Deluge to answer stuff like Emrakul. That's not pretty. Yeah. I've had some awkward moments in my Magic career having to do things like that. So at the moment, we're not trying to do anything here. If I had a red source, Pyromancer Ascension probably would have just been jammed there. We're going to hope to draw lands. If they fetch, I'm kind of tempted to just jam and accumulate knowledge, so we don't have to fight this Flusterstorm to draw a card. Yeah, they're just passing. So we know 4 of the 3 cards in their hand. Yeah, it was really tempting to cast AK there. I don't think it's worth it. We still know 4 of the cards because they played out cards we did not know about. Okay, now we don't particularly know the cards that are in their hand. I'm going to hope that they tap out for a threat. So I can just Tox Deluge. I can just Diabolic Edict it. But I would love to cast Accumulate Knowledge, hopefully draw a card. What you doing, buddy? Yeah, I'm just going to cast Accumulate Knowledge here. There's a chance they daze this. I'm fine with that. I'd rather just not lose to a Flusterstorm, and we're not drawing lands, so that's not good. So last game we had the opposite problem. We drew 4 spells, I believe it was, and over like 12 turns or 8 turns or however long. Death Shadow, that's the smallest. This is good. I think I'm just going to lead with. I'm just going to go with a Bolt here because Bolt answers the Death Shadow. Then we have Diabolic Edict, which can answer their bigger creatures. I would love to resolve a Pyromancer Ascension. We don't have multiples of spells in our graveyard, so we're not really trying to hedge that bet. I don't know exactly the cards they have in their hand, but Hymn to Torok, no. Snap Edict. That's a pretty good hit. Okay. Yeah. Well, I guess Pyromancer Ascension is going to happen here. I hope to resolve it. They still have that Flusterstorm, which seems likely. They can't interact with Pyromancer Ascension using that. We can pay for days. They might have Spell Pierce. Unlikely. They could Brainstorm and hope to find a force or something. They could double daze. Brainstorm, okay. So I'm assuming they don't have Delta anymore. They probably shuffled that away with their first one, with their first Brainstorm and then Fetch. Flusterstorm I'm assuming they still have, so I'm going to keep that up. I'm not going to have any more responses this turn, so I'm just going to have 6. I'm not going to have responses on my turn. I'm going to have 6 and go to the bathroom. I will be right back. Alrighty, I am back. So they hemmed to rock me, it looks like. And they pondered and cast a Delver. Wow. Hey, look, we got a Bolt. That's going to be a counter for our Pyromancer's Ascension, and it should kill their Delver. Unless they have Force Blue card. Yes, we're going to use the ability. Okay, so we lost K-Command and Jace. That's very unfortunate. Drew Bolt, so we're able to answer the Delver. I'm happy with that. So any Thoughtseize, Bolt, Accumulated Knowledge, K-Command we draw, we'll get the other counter on this. So once we get both counters on this, I think we're going to be pretty much all set to just win this game. I do need more land, which is worth noting. My opponent's found a lot of friggin' land. Volcanic Island. Okay, I want to play it out. I don't want to potentially get hemmed again. Have them hit the Volcanic Island. Not be able to cast a Jace if we top deck one. I believe I'm on 3 Jaces currently. Yeah, I have 1 Jace out, so I'm on 3 Jaces in the deck currently. So there's 2 more I could potentially draw. I'd rather not, I'd rather not lose the chance to draw one of those and be able to cast it. Wasteland is unfortunate. Probably hit the Underground Sea to keep me off double black. They could hit a Vault to keep me off red, yeah, that makes sense. It's interesting, but makes sense. Thoughtseize. So we're going to get this Pyromancer's Ascension active now. So now any spell we cast is basically uncounterable. We'll at least get 1 copy of it, if not 2. This also means our Bolt is now worth 6 damage. Double Flusterstorm. So I guess we'll take 1. We knew they had 1 at least, so that makes sense. Yeah, so this is going pretty well so far. I think we're in decent shape. If they draw another Wasteland or 2, we might run into a little bit of trouble because we are fairly in a heavy deck. Well, we're going to get at least 8 Accumulated Knowledge, right? Oh, I guess they could Flusterstorm and use copies and stuff to counter. Yeah, whatever. Oh, yes. Yes. Okay. Yes. Yes. So they can Flusterstorm. They get 2 copies. They can put 1 and 1. We only get to draw 1 card. We're going to get to draw 4 cards here. Or, no, yeah, we get to draw 4 cards here. They're going to hardcast a Force, it looks like. Well, let's Brainstorm with our active Pyromancer's Ascension. Yes, we're going to use the ability. We're going to get another Brainstorm, why not? I don't think I'm going to Edict or the Underground Sea. Okay, we're going to dig 1 deeper now. Cruel Tomato is not going to be terrible eventually, but I don't think I really want it. I don't think I actually need either one of these cards. I probably want at least Edict to make sure we can interact with creatures they play. We are in our turn. We have not played a land, so I can actually just like Scalding Tarn, bolt them here if I want to. And I think with them tapped out with Flusterstorm in hand, I think I do want to do that. I'm going to get Basic Mountain to ensure we have plenty of red mana. I'm going to bolt. We're going to say yes. We'll just keep adding counters to it. There's no reason not to. Same target. We'll put them to 6. Or put them to 3, excuse me. So now, any Snapcaster Mage, any K-Command, any burn spell at this point, and they're dead. Let's Ponder. If they draw a creature, we get double Diabolic Edict, so that's cool. Yeah, I was thinking with 1 mana we still get a copy, but very interesting they would hardcast a Force rather than just Force Pitch Flusterstorm or Flusterstorm. That was very interesting. But I guess there's no reason to pitch a card when you don't have to. We're getting hemmed again? Okay. Diabolic Edict goes away. They still have just Flusterstorm in hand. They chose not to shuffle, so the next 2 cards could not have been terrible if they kept them. Play this Orborg. as much mana as possible right now is not bad. We do have a Cruel Ultimatum in our deck, which pretty much wins the game. Delver, that's a good card. Need some type of removal. So I still have Flusterstorm up. Fucking Island. Okay, sure. Alright, let's do this. So much removal in this deck. They still have Flusterstorm in hand. They just revealed Thoughtseize. Thoughtseize doesn't do it, and they don't want to cast Thoughtseize because they're at 3. Going to 1 is terrible for them. Shuts down, also shuts down there. Ooh, look at that. Brainstorm, that's not bad. And I guess all these lands mean we can pay for whatever Flusterstorms they have, so there's that. No, I'm not going to bother using that ability. There's no reason. I will copy the Brainstorm. So we're going to get a bunch of looks here. Ooh, Kess. Flusterstorm cannot counter a Kess. At the moment, we're keeping Kess. Snapcaster Mage actually just kills them, though, right? At this point, there's been enough spells where I don't think Snapcaster Mage can just kill them. I'm going to put back Snapcaster Mage Brainstorm. I'll play this Kess, and we'll just... we'll play this Kess, we'll cast a Bolt from our graveyard. We'll force him to use the Flusterstorm. But now with Kess, I think we just kill them. I mean, Flusterstorm doesn't matter. We have multiple bolts. They lose. Yay, we win. There's a win for Cruel Control. Right there. Active Pyromancer Ascension gets there. And lots of removal early game. Oh, Shul's cubed. You've got 3 trophies. Look at that. It's fancy. What are you doing in here? What are you doing watching a scrub? Oh, man. Well, it's been fun so far. Like, first 2 matchups were tough. You know, that game 2 and that last matchup was miserable. But so far, it's been kind of fun. I like this deck. Whenever I play it, it's a lot of fun. I don't know exactly what needs to be done. I think it just needs to be more removal. Maybe some Baleful Strixes. Counterspell's probably just bad and shouldn't be in here. It's possible some member of like Pyroclasm or Toxic Deluge should be main board. Innocent Bloods could potentially just be Dialogue Edicts. The one-sided effect's nice. The fact that it's 1 mana on Innocent Blood is better, but the fact that you have instant speed with Dialogue Edict means you can be more mana efficient, and doing it at the end of your opponent's turn after they resolve a true name is better. Or after you let them resolve a true name if you have counter magic. That way you don't have to waste mana or time. But again, the 1 mana on Innocent Blood, just I like it. Nice. Yeah, Shul's Cube, look at that. You're on the front page. It's like, what was it, yesterday? Wow. Yesterday you went 5-0. Boy. I'm jealous. I can't do it. I thought I was going to do it earlier, but I got punked. This is a little awkward. We're a little cantrip heavy, so I'm actually fine with this. We're not prepared for robots. No, we're not. Not at all. If we're getting robots, we're in trouble. Basic Island. I'll lead on Underground Sea. We're going to hope this is not a Wasteland deck. Okay. Lands is a fun deck. How long are you going to play Lands for? It's not an easy deck to play, that's for sure. Alright, another Basic Island leads me to believe that we're not playing against Wasteland. I'm sure I'll get proved wrong here. Yeah, I kind of figured this was going to be Miracles. I'm going to say okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and cast my own AK at the end of their turn, so we're going to get... Oh, no, I can't do that, because I'll stop on their upkeep and do it, I guess. Can't cast AK on my end step, because then I'd have to discard a bunch of cards. But we get to draw more cards than them, so we're going to get to draw 2, whereas they only got to draw 1. AKs stack. Fun times. AKs count all the graveyards. So we're against Miracles. We're against AK Miracles. Pyromancer Ascension is going to be insane here, so I would like to try and resolve one of those sooner rather than later. I'm going to cast a Brainstorm first, see if we can get them interact with that. Boy, oh boy. I don't want this Cruel Ultimatum anytime soon. Innocent Blood does not seem relevant enough. Definitely going to be fetching. We're going to try and resolve a Pyromancer Ascension here. Probably not likely to resolve it, but we're going to try it. If we do resolve it, this will help us take over the game, pretty much just crush them. I don't think that they'll be able to beat this if this ever gets active. Spell Pierce, yep, kind of figured. Okay. What are you doing? joined pre-top bin only about a year, so I'm pushing hard on that. Yeah. I've been trying to play a little more online lately. I'm not. I kind of hate MTGO, but I enjoy the fact that you can get more reps in generally. I really want to resolve Jace here. I don't know if I can, though. My Miracles opponent hasn't done anything, so I think it's probably better to just keep up mana and react to what they're doing. I don't know if my internet connection's going really slow or whatever. There we go. Or if my buttons just my keys aren't working. I don't know. They probably realize I have Jace in hand after that, but I'm fine with that. No reason to turn Brainstorm, so I'm just going to go ahead and take the next turn. Scalding Tarn's nice. Again, I'm just going to pass turn. Oddly enough, against Miracles, I think I actually have to be the control deck here. I have to wait for them to make a move, and I have to react to them. I don't want to just try to tap out for a card, have them like resolve a Monastery Mentor or something weird like that, and then just end up dying to like a plethora of tokens and a bunch of cantrips. This is a good card to get down. I definitely don't want these lands. I am going to fetch now because I do not want to draw those 2 lands in a row. I want more red sources. I should probably start drawing. I should probably get some more basics in play. This is generally, historically, Miracles recently has been a back to basics deck. So I probably should be. Whoa, what the hell's going on here? Ah, all my keys are all messed up. I think I've just been hitting buttons on my mouse that I don't mean to hit. Alright, so we got an active Pyromancer Ascension now. I'm just going to play the Swamp. We're going to pass turn. I'm going to keep playing the slow game against them. The active Pyromancer Ascension, it shouldn't be too hard for us to leverage an advantage. At the moment, a Brainstorm and a bunch of Bolts just gets it active, so that's good. I'm likely going to end up, at the end of their turn, just casting Brainstorm. Monastery Mentor. Okay, that's fine. And let's bolt it. I'm gonna cast a Brainstorm here as well. I want to get this Pyromancer Ascension active. With all these bolts and stuff, we're actually looking pretty good for just closing out with burn if we need to. I like the 2 fetch lands. I don't want the mountain quite yet, so I'm putting them back so we can fetch away the mountain next turn. Next turn, now that they're tapped out, I'm going to try and resolve Jace. Still kind of worried about trying to resolve Jace here. Mostly because they haven't really done anything. There's a good chance they have Force of Will. They didn't cast it though, so we're going to draw 3 cards. We're going to Brainstorm with Jace. I don't want the cast quite yet, but I'm going to want it. I definitely am not going to want this mountain, so I'm going to go Mountain, K-Command, play Fetch Land. I'll just say go. Oh, I already played Fetch Land. There we go. A little ahead of myself there. So I don't have any interaction right now. I don't have Force Wills. I don't have Force Wills. Don't have counter spells. I can snap Brainstorm potentially into a Force Will. Don't like my odds though. Yep, just gonna pass. I'm gonna go ahead and 0 the Jace again. Like to find some type of interaction on the stack. Those are not interaction on the stack. I'm going to put those both back in fetch. Get those out of here. We got another red source. We are very red heavy right now. I'm going to try and resolve a cast here. Blue. I'm not going to need the extra black, so we're just going to go ahead and do that. Cast here, I think, pretty much closes it out. Especially if we can get this Pyromancer Ascension active with all the bolts we have, as well as accumulated knowledge. Barely starting to hear my opponents not be able to dig themselves out. My opponent got mana screwed for way too many turns. So it's still our turn, so I can actually cast an accumulated knowledge from my graveyard here. I don't think I particularly want to cast it from my graveyard. Mostly just because I want to get this active. This will draw us 3 cards. So get my Pyromancer Ascension active. We can cast Bolt twice for 12 damage if we want. I'd like to just find a Force of Will where we can just force that. Still no Force of Wills, so we're just going to lose our cast here. So I think here I'm just going to go ahead and bolt them. Now that we have Pyromancer Ascension active, and we can just get them. Yes. Same targets. Okay. So that's our one cast spell a turn. Swords it, it's fine. We have 3 bolts in hand, so that's another 18 damage, so they're very dead. We also have Snapcaster Mage. They are very, very dead. Resolving Jace here does not do enough. Sure. So that's 4 AK, so they're drawing 4 cards here. It's a lot of cards in hand. I'm glad Legacy finally caught up to me and started running AK. I've been trying to tell people for like ever that this card is insane in blue control decks. This deck should probably still have some number of Ponder though. I really got to do a complete overhaul in this deck. Just gonna go ahead and bolt them now. Okay. Nope, not gonna pay it. Still gonna get the copy. You're still gonna take some damage. Yes. Same target. Okay. You're tapped out. We're gonna go to my turn. I have 2 bolts in hand. Also a K command. I think you're a very dead opponent. So we're gonna cast a bolt, target them. Holding priority, we're just gonna cast a bolt, target them. Yes. Okay. Yes, same targets. Okay. 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 Yes, same targets. Okay. F6. Let them die. I'll go to sideboard. Okay, miracles. We want Pyroblasts. We want Thoughtseizes. We want Flusterstorms. Innocent Blood against a Mentor deck, not great. So those are coming out for sure. Cruel Ultimatum, I don't really know if it's worth keeping in for this matchup, but I think it's actually fine. Promise Ascension is just insane, as we all saw. And maybe Cruel Ultimatum is just way too slow here. It doesn't really... I guess they discard a bunch of cards. We get to draw 3 cards, so I guess that's actually worth it. Force of Wills, I think, are fine. Counterspells on the draw are probably going to be a little slow. And then... torn between cutting a Jace and cutting a K command. I think cutting a K command is correct. AKs are a little awkward because they're running it as well, but we get way more value with Pyromancer's Ascension, Kess and stuff like that. I think I'm fine actually cutting a Kess. They're likely still going to have like removal and stuff. Jace can still take over a game if we can resolve it. Kess is a little awkward with mana, especially if my opponent's going to be on Back to Basics. Back to Basics is going to be a real problem for us if we can't get our basics out early. I have plenty of basics, so that shouldn't be a problem, but we're going to find out. So I guess our opponent's very misleading by saying robots. They're not robots at all. They are like the opposite of robots. Last I checked, robots hate cantrip heavy decks. Yeah, his hand's not really enough mana. We are against Miracles, which is a slower control deck. We like K command, a couple Brainstorms. I think we can keep this. We're on the draw, so hopefully that works out pretty well. So Delta's already a great start. Just going to play Island, say go. We're definitely going to want to get a basic swamp with that. Because again, we're going to have to try to play around Back to Basics a bit. We need to try and play around Back to Basics a bit, because like this is clearly going to be Back to Basics post board against them. At the moment, their mana base is a little awkward. To get a blue source, they have to fetch with a non-basic. It's going to make Back to Basics hurt them a little more than us at the moment. Bulk for Ponder. That's fine, sure. So next turn I'll probably play Volcanic Island. I'm going to play Volcanic Island over Pluto Delta, because Pluto Delta I want to get a swamp. Volcanic Island, if I need to brainstorm into like a Pyroblast or whatever, Volcanic Island will give us the ability to do that. would not mind finding a Thoughtseize. I'm probably going to Brainstorm end of turn. Again, I know Brainstorm end of turn isn't great, but I do want to kind of like dig. Cruel Ultimatum's going to go away. Jace I'm definitely still going to want, so we're going to keep that there. I'm just hiding Jace right now in case they like click or something they might do end of turn. They likely don't. That wouldn't really make sense. But it's worth noting that like it's worth hiding cards like this in case you do end up looking to add a click. I'm going to hold this up right now. I would like to jam Jace, but obviously they have mana up. They have Red Source. They could have Pyroblast. They're definitely bringing in Pyroblast for a blue control mirror. So there's no reason to jam Jace into that stuff like that. I'd rather have them tap out for something before I try to jam my Jace. And then I have Flusterstorm to interact on the stack if that is the case. AK, I think I'm actually fine with them casting AK here. Them drawing one card right now, and then our first AK draws us two. I'm okay with. There are much better cards to fight over. Is basically what I'm trying to say. Like if they were to cast AK here, I'm probably going to Flusterstorm it. Looks like they're digging for land. It's a good chance they're mana screwed again, which is good for us, bad for them. They got a basic island, that's good for them. I'm going to Brainstorm again. Again, end of turn Brainstorm, not ideal, but I want to be as mana efficient as possible. Yet double Jace, no reason to keep them both. Pyromancer Ascension seems awesome. We're going to try and resolve it here. I will play the Underground Sea first. Again, we're going to try to avoid tapping our non-basics as much as possible. So the chance, like, my opponent's looking at stuff like Disenchant. It's 3 spells, so yeah, we're going to go ahead and Flusterstorm that Force. Can't Pyroblast, we don't have another red source, so... we're going to try and just resolve this, because this card just took over the game last time, so... Okay. There's a chance we just get Disenchanted here. I don't know if they bring in Disenchant when they just see a random Pyromancer Ascension. It seems likely Disenchant would be in. Like, this is probably Disenchant here. Alright, so we're going to Brainstorm response. We're going to hope to find some type of interaction. We're going to get a counter on this. We'll see if they react with that. If they do, that's fine. Yes, we're going to add a counter to that. Okay. Well, nothing to interact with that, so I guess we're just losing our Pyromancer Ascension, which is fine. They've tapped down some mana on their turn, which is great for us. We'll be able to cast Jace and hold up Pyroblast next turn, which is awesome. So I'm actually okay with that. They also missed another land drop, which is worth noting. So here's our Jace with our Pyroblast backup. They try to counterspell our Force. They're going to have Pyroblast, which sucks because we can't actually do anything about that. So that was unfortunate. They try to just tap out for their own Jace. We have Pyroblast back now. I think we're still in good shape. We have Cruel Ultimatum on top, which is funny at best. Mentor. Okay. I'll bolt it. If they cast a spell, I'm definitely going to bolt it. Otherwise, I'm just going to bolt end of turn. We're going to bolt that. Try and kill that now. And if they cast a spell, get a token from it, that's fine. Spell Pierce. Oh, that kind of sucks. We can K-Command, though, so not a big deal. I'm positive about all this. It's also one less Spell Pierce to interact with us otherwise. Okay. So I don't really want to resolve Jace into that, so... Alright, they can discard, that can get shocked. Hopefully they don't have Force here. Force is not good for us. It means this definitely does not die. I'm not going to be casting Pyroblast. I'm going to cast my own AK here. They have 2 in their graveyard. Right, so that's 3 cards for us. We get to draw another land, which is awesome. Pass the turn. They just have 1 token instead of multiples, which is great. We still have a Jace in hand, which we can try and resolve next turn. Ooh, AK. That's the 4th one. It's pretty good. It's a lot of cards. I'm not going to let that resolve, though, if I can help it. I'm going to try to Pyroblast it. What was that, Delta? So I have to get a Volcanic Island instead of a mountain, which kind of sucks. But at this point, with how many non-basics they have, I'm not sure I'm really worried about it. Really rather than not draw 4 cards with this if we can counter it. Flusterstorm. That sucks. Okay. They're getting an AK. Man. Well, we've interacted pretty well up till now. See how it goes from here. We do have Jace Brainstorm. If we can resolve Jace next turn, we get to bounce the token. We can Force as well, which is nice. Let's do this. I think here I just bounce the token. Yeah. I'm going to try and counter that. I'm going to pitch the Cruel Ultimatum. I'd like Brainstorm to be able to potentially fix up my hand a little bit, draw some cards. We still have another Cruel Ultimatum in here. No force. Yes, no force. There's their one piece of pressure. We can now pass the turn. We have a Jace on board. They don't. Hopefully it stays that way. Cumulative Knowledge, I do not want them to have. I can't interact with it though, so Jace, AK, go back. We're going to hold on to the bolt. If they try to resolve a Mentor again, I'd like to be able to bolt it. What is that, the 5th AK? Right? 1, 2, 3, 4. The missing one? That's 4, so that's fine. Okay. Snapcaster Mage, this is probably going to target Pyroblast, means we're losing this Jace. We know we have a Jace on top though, so we'll be able to get another Jace into play. That's 2 Jaces we've gone through though, so we are starting to run out. Opponent's drawing a lot of freaking cards, so I'll bolt that now. Okay. Jace goes away. Alright, let's get our own AK going on here. So it's going to be 6. Oh, couple AKs, look at that. Play Jace, hopefully they don't have force. They didn't, which is good. We had Spell Pierce anyway, so that's fine. Another Jace. So if they answer this Jace, we have another one on deck. Sweet, look at that. Alright, I'll put back Jace, Snapcaster Mage. Pass turn. I'm sure my opponent's really salty about having to answer all these Jaces. Another Accumulated Knowledge. Holy shit. What was that? 1, 2... That's all 4 of theirs, and I've cast 2, so that was 6 cards. And I've got 2 in my hand. Oof. They just drew 6, but I get to draw 7, 8. That's very exciting. I get to refill my hand and then refill +1. That's great. Okay, counterbalance. Go ahead and Spell Pierce that. Try and make them to tap down. I don't know if I'm really worried about counterbalance, but I also don't particularly want them to have it either. So this is going to be tough. I'm going to have to navigate my way around that, which is not terrible at the moment. They don't have fetch land. We have a Jace. I'll get to look at their top card of their deck. See what I can resolve, see if I can't. Move some cards around or whatever. So far they discarded Eric Mesa. Okay, that's good. So we're going to look at the top card of the library. Spell Pierce. No, you can keep that. I will cast Accumulated Knowledge. I'm going to yield to that. Okay. So they know they have Spell Pierce on top. That's a lot of cards in my hand. So we know we can't resolve a 1-mana spell. So, oh boy, that's a little. This is a lot of cards. This is a little overwhelming. What have I done? All these AKs running around. I'm gonna go ahead and try to resolve Snapcaster Mage into a K command. Which, do we have another Snapcaster Mage in here? No, we don't. Okay. Do I actually want to resolve a K command though? So I know. I could have done upkeep. No, that wouldn't have worked. I could have done like upkeep, like snap, power blast your counterbalance. I'm just gonna target lightning bolt and do nothing with it. I want to keep all this mana up. I don't mind discarding a card at this point. I've got too much lands in hand anyway. I'm just gonna discard a fetch land. So my opponent still has Snapcaster Mages that they can cast. We know they have at least a Spell Pierce in hand currently. Pure Name, sure. At this point, Mill is a little bit of concern as well. If I can protect my Jace, I can make sure I can control their counterbalance. Hopefully keeping 1-mana spells off the top. We're going to Jace, tick up, target you. They do have the fetch land to hope to possibly reset, so that's something to be aware of. I guess we'll put that on bottom. All right, let's try and Thoughtseize them. That's going to be a spell to kind of test the waters. If they fail to counter this, I'm probably going to try and snap Pyroblast the... Okay, I can't snap. That's worth noting. They have Snapcaster Mage on top, so that's not something that happens here. If we get away with Thoughtseize, that's probably a good thing for us. Can't picture we don't get like Counterspelled or Force of Will or something though. Counterspell? Okay. Well, we can't Snapcaster Mage in response or anything, so we'll just let that happen. We'll go to combat and get our Snapcaster Mage in there. I'm going to play the Scalding Tarn so we can ensure we can get a basic mountain if we have to. And then I'm going to pass the turn. So they've drawn Snapcaster Mage. Kind of want to try to resolve a 2-mana spell here. I think I want it to be AK. See what they have on top. I don't want to jam a Snapcaster Mage at this point in the game. So they have Brainstorm on top. So 1-mana spells are not good right now. So this is 1/2 spells. Flusterstorm doesn't do enough. What do they have on top? Brainstorm? So I can't Pyroblast that at the moment. The Snapcaster Mage I could have target Pyroblast though. I don't really know how to... Not sure how I want to navigate this one. Another Snapcaster Mage. Okay. So at this point, Flusterstorm is actually able to counter stuff. That's good. So target like the Rel Elemental Blast, I can just Flusterstorm that into Oblivion. Are they targeting Accumulated Knowledge? Oh, that's a good one. Huh. Yep, you have that. They cast Accumulated Knowledge here. I'm actually kind of okay with that. Maybe I'm not. I think I've convinced myself to not be okay with that. The only unfortunate thing here is this means my Jace is probably prone to getting hit by a... my Jace is probably going to eat a red Elemental Blast. But I have another Jace backup, so it doesn't matter. So we're getting quite the stack built up here. So their Accumulated Knowledge goes away, which is nice. My Flusterstorm gets countered by Brainstorm, my original copy. Okay. Counterbalance in response to my Snapcaster Mage. This one's mine, right? Yeah, that one's mine. So I'm going to fetch a response. They're going to hope that they can put a 2 on top to counter my Snapcaster Mage. Also counters my Accumulated Knowledge. Preordain on top. Okay. They cannot Red Blast now, which is nice. So they have Preordain on top. I have access to 3 mana. So I think I want Kolaghan's Command here. I know they have Preordain on top, so I'm not casting anything that's not a 3-drop. Okay. So we're just going to get Kolaghan's Command targeted there. So their Snapcaster Mage can target Flusterstorm. It could target a Ponder, a Preordain, whatever. Doesn't really matter. I'll see what they target with this, and then I'll K-Command response most likely. I'm going to K-Command, make them discard, and kill their Snapcaster Mage. They could target Flusterstorm to get this Accumulated Knowledge off the stack. They're targeting Brainstorm. Black, red, blue. K-Command, discard, chuck. Alright. I'm out of things to do, so I'm just going to go ahead and pass priority now. It's a good chance my opponent has a 3-drop in hand. I don't picture that they're targeting Brainstorm if they didn't have 3-drop in hand. They discarded a Plains to my Kolaghan's Command. Flusterstorm. Oh, their first Snapcaster Mage target Flusterstorm. Whatever, that's fine. At least they're not getting to Brainstorm at this point, which I'm fine with. We still have all these AKs that we can bounce the Snap and play it. That was a pretty insane turn. A lot of fun. If we can top deck Cruel Ultimatum here, I'll be very happy. Cruel Ultimatum right here would be the best. Let's just zero this. Cruel Ultimatum? Cruel Ultimatum. Yes! Let's do it! Let's do it. Red, red, black, 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 blue, blue. Cruel Ultimatum. Choose target opponent. Yeah, I wonder what opponent is going to be. Do you have 7 drops in your deck? So, I don't have a creature I can return. I get to draw 3 cards. They have to discard all 3 cards in their hand. Their Snapcaster dies. I gain 5 life. They lose 5 life. So I'm pretty happy with the way this is going to turn out, I think. We're going to hope they don't have, like, Plus a Storm in hand. Well, I guess it's the first spell that's cast this turn. So that's exciting. So this will deal them 5. They go 9. This will be 4. That'll put them to, like, I don't remember. I can't do math right now. 4. Let's put them to 5. So now we're at the point where, like, 8 ult basically kills them. Doesn't quite, but it almost does. I could snap Cruel Ultimatum next turn. Yeah, I mean, we'll just pass. There's no reason to be jumping the gun. I think we basically just win. They have Celestial Purge. That's interesting. They also have Jason hand. That sucks to lose. At this point, we have Force. There's no reason not to force this, I don't think. They would have to have Force on top to push that through with a counterbalance. At this point, we basically just have them. Forcible on top. They had, holy shit. They had Force on top. Get wrecked. Well, sometimes they just have it, I guess, right? I mean, I'm fine with that. They can have Force on top all they want. My Jace does not matter at this point. Black, blue. We're going to K command. Can we return a creature? No, we can't. I guess we'll just target them with both modes. Doesn't really matter. That's another 2 damage to him. Puts him to 3. Our double Snapcaster Mage just kills him. We also have Snap. Pitch. We also have... Well, we can't Snap now. They have Snap on top. I was going to say we could also Snap Bolt, but that's not in play anymore. We could Jace, get rid of the Snapcaster Mage. Doesn't matter. We won that match. So we're 2-2. Crush Miracles in 2. Whew. That was a game. That was awesome. That was some very good play that second game. Game 1, they got super massacred, and that's basically why we won. Game 2, they got a little massacred early, but they came back pretty well. Accumulated knowledge, both sides of the board was insane. My last accumulated knowledge, I drew 8 cards with, so that doesn't say anything. That I don't know what does. Force, Brainstorm, Innocent Blood. So we get some interaction with combo. We get Innocent Blood for some removal. I'm going to try this out. We also have Brainstorm, which can, like, dig through our deck a little bit. Tundra. So it's possible we're looking at another Miracles deck. I'm going to start on Scalding Tarn as I go. Another Brainstorm means we can pitch to Force. Oh, hey. Draw step. Stop. Another Brainstorm means we can still pitch to Force and have Brainstorm to kind of fix up our hand, which is looking a little awkward with that second Brainstorm draw, but... I'm going to go ahead and force that. I don't particularly want to have to answer Stoneforge. I'd rather keep this for like a True Name Nemesis if I can help it. They're going to force back. Okay, that's fine. They can have it. It's going to fetch Islands. This deck most likely runs Wasteland. There's no reason to assume it doesn't. We're a K-Command deck. We have Innocent Blood to answer Stoneforge anyway. Batterskull is not a good card here. So they force pitch Jace. I now have 3 cards in hand. We know one of them is Batterskull. So we're in pretty good shape right now. We now have a Jace, which is awesome. So I'm going to go with Innocent Blood here to get rid of that Stoneforge Mystic. They have another Force Blue card. That's going to be like, what the hell? So yeah, we got him. We're going to pass turn. There's no reason to just Brainstorm here for no reason. No reason to Brainstorm for no reason. That makes a lot of sense. Oh, that's Blue-White Delver. Maybe Patriot, so it might be Volk as well. All right, let's start with a Brainstorm here. Should have played land in case they had Spell Pierce. Oh, just got fucking Spell Pierce, of course. Ah, son of a bitch. I said it right when I thought it right when I said it. I was like, fuck, they're probably going to have Spell Pierce. So we know they have at least Batterskull in hand. Now they have a Daze in hand. So I'm probably just going to snap Innocent Blood. So yeah, that's pretty much the plan here. Blue, black, snap. They have Daze. That doesn't stop what we're about to do. Batterskull is one of the other cards in hand. Just straight up. Oh, okay, sure. Yeah, I'll pay that. Yes, we'll pay for days. Okay, do they have another days? Is that what's going on? Snap, Innocent Blood. Okay. This could just be another days, which is why they dazed the first time. Yeah, okay, they had double days. Yeah, sure. Now you got Tundra in hand I know about. So now their hand is Valk Tundra. Or Tundra Batterskull, excuse me. Now we know at least it's Batterskull. So here we can play Jace and just bounce the Delver if we want to. I think that's pretty much what we're going to be trying to do. And if they end up having another... they have another freaking days, then you got it, buddy. Getting Mountain because I do want to kind of play a little bit around Wasteland because I'm still a little concerned they might have it. We're just going to bounce the Delver to buy us a turn. We do have another Jace too, so we know they have at least Batterskull and Delver in hand. They've now drawn a card for turn. I wish I could add Delver to this since we know it's in their hand. There's a Wasteland. Okay, yeah. There's the Delver. So we know about Batterskull in hand. Don't know about the other card. Wasteland on our board? Sure, why not? I don't want you to access black anyway. Ooh, another Jace. Getting a little dicey here. Double force? Yeah, this is pretty good. Curl Ultimatum sucks here, but whatever. I'll hide a Jace in case they are running black cards. And if they end up flipping their Delver and killing my Jace, I have another Jace and another Jace. So that's not bad. They flipped with Force Will. Okay. So they have Force Batterskull and they just played Tundra. So clearly the other card in their hand was a Tundra. Otherwise they wouldn't have had the otherwise they wouldn't have revealed Force there and drawn it. So I can't actually resolve another Jace now I'm realizing it because I don't have a fourth land. My next card is Cruel Ultimatum, so that's no luck there either. So we need to draw a removal in the next 2 turns. We're actually a little sketchy right now. Okay. Yeah. I'm not blocking Delver, so we're just coming in with Snapcaster Mage. We're hoping to draw a removal here. If we don't draw a removal here, we are in trouble. Removal or land. K Command's fine. So we're going to discard and shock. If they try to force, we can force back. They have to force pitch blue card. Oh, days. Okay. Force pitch Jace. Okay, that gets our Pyromancer Ascension to counter. Yes. Now we know they have Force Batterskull in hand, so that's not a problem. They're probably going to discard the Force of Will. I can't picture they discard the Batterskull. Yep, so now we know they have Batterskull in hand, and we're off to the races, basically. We have another Force ready to go if we need to. We're at 4 life, so that's a little sketchy. They're going to cast the Batterskull here, I think, which means we just force that, and then we pretty much win. This will have its second counter. Get rid of the Cruel Ultimatum. A little awkward to show that off, but kind of want the Jace. Okay, well, they're dead now. Active Pyromancer Ascension with Snapcaster Mage and a Bolt in hand. We're pretty much, we got it. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Okay, we win. So that's game 1. Alright, we're on our way to 3-2, I think. So I like Thoughtseize for sure. I like Pyroblast. Pyroclasm's like okay against stuff like Stoneforge and whatnot, but I'm not picturing this going to be a deck with like Mother Runes. They probably have like Snapcaster Mage. We're probably looking at like Swords to Plowshares potentially. So our K commands are going to do a lot of work here. We're going to need answers to True Name is the thing. So we have the Innocent Bloods. I want the Diabolic Edicts. In general, I'm not going to like Force here. So I just don't want to pitch those cards. Counterspell on the play, I'm not a huge, or on the draw, I'm not a huge fan of. So this can come out. And that puts us at 61 cards, which is where we're at. Cruel Ultimatum, awkwardly enough, I think we're going to get to late games enough against this deck where Cruel Ultimatum might be fine. Cutting some number of them is probably correct, just because they do have Wastelands, and there's a chance that we can't protect our mana enough or make it late game enough to make it matter. So we're going to ponder here. We have double Thoughtseize, Bolt, Pyromancer Ascension, so we can Thoughtseize. They play a Stoneforge, we can then Thoughtseize again and Bolt Stoneforge. This hand looks like it's going to be pretty good. I can also, if they don't have much going on, I can Thoughtseize them, just jam a Pyromancer Ascension. And then if I Thoughtseize and Bolt, Thoughtseize gets us a counter. Yeah, sure, you daze. Sure, okay. So they daze my Thoughtseize, which is fair. Protecting information is fine. Sending myself back a land drop a little bit not great for them, but I don't know if it particularly matters. There's another. So this is like we could jam it into a daze, we could jam it into Spell Pierce. There's an awkward number of things that this could be. I guess Brainstorm for a force or another daze. My guess would be we're probably going to see a force or another daze here. Mostly just because it's my luck and my opponents would usually find those cards. So it's force, pitching Fluster Storm, that's good for us. I don't mind losing the Pyromancer Ascension. I'm not happy about it, but I don't mind it. Wasteland's going to go after Valkyr. So they're still stuck on 1 mana, which this is good for us. This is actually good for us, so I'm fine with that. So we still have 5 cards in hand, 2 more lands. They have 3 cards in hand. They'll have 4 once Ponder resolves. We're going to Thoughtseize them this turn. Now we have an 8K, which is awesome. We still have Bolt for the first creature they play. We have a Diabolic Edict in case that ends up being a True Name Nemesis. They have 2 lands in hand. I'm going to take the Brainstorm. The Jit's obviously tempting to take, but because we have Bolt and Diabolic Edict, their first creature doesn't resolve. It doesn't stay in play long enough to make Jit matter. Here's a Stoneforge Mystic. Again, it's fine. We have Bolt. Don't care. There's a Batterskull. I'm just going to get a Valkyr. I would love for that to be a Scalding Tarn, so I could just get a Mountain, but if we get Wasteland again, like, they're still so screwed on mana, it really doesn't matter at this point. Their hand right now is Jace, Jit, Batterskull, so Jit's fine. Okay, so we don't know what the third card in their hand. We're going to try Resolve AK here. If it gets countered and they really want to force it, sure, fine, be that way, I don't care. Okay, so we're on 4 mana now, which is nice. I'm going to wait, not going to bother casting anything. Right now we are very much the control deck. We want to just stop our opponent from getting an equipped creature in play, basically. I'm not going to bother casting Brainstorm at a turn, even if it is more mana efficient. Even if I could have drawn into like land Jace or whatever, like, I don't care. I'll take my time. At this point, they're stuck on 2 mana. There's no reason for me to just be jamming Brainstorm into nothing. K-Command's going to be awesome. So this, I mean, this isn't going to get much better for us. Like, I'm kind of wishing I was running Hymn to Tourach in this deck. Hymn to Tourach with Pyromancer Ascension seems like it'd be super sweet. I mean, we got Diabolic Edict, Innocent Blood. Like, they're not sticking. Sure, I don't. Sure, that's an awesome true name you got there. Yeah, so we're gonna Diabolic Edict. If they have counter magic for it, we're just gonna Innocent Blood on our turn. Okay, let's do that. Target you. So we know they have Jace, Batterskull. I guess no, they Brainstorm after that. Force of Willett, sure. Pitching Daze. Do I not know what's in their hand anymore? They do have this Brainstorm here. I don't know if I know what's in their hand still. Well, here I think the guard's down. Oh well. It's 2 more lands. I'm going to fetch. I don't particularly want to draw that many more lands right now. It is a Scalding Tarn. We're going to get that basic mountain. So we finally have that. Here I'm going to make them discard and kill their Jit. Jit's still a card I don't particularly want to deal with. I'll gain life on it. It's kind of annoying. Them having a bunch of cards in hand. I'd rather, like, dig down their hand a little bit. Okay, awesome. So they probably still have Jace in hand. We'll see what happens. I could just snap Thoughtseize here, though. I think snap Thoughtseize is defendable. I could be playing this a little more patiently, but at this point, I don't. Ooh. Gideon, Ally of Zendikar. I don't think I can beat that card. So that card's going to go fuck itself, because I hate that card so much. Gideon, Ally of Zendikar is my least favorite Magic card, basically, in this world. Alright, so here they have Jace. So now this is going to be a little tougher. Drawing a Bolt will be great, because we can kill it. Drawing a Pyroblast will be great, because we can kill it. It requires them to have Force Blue card. They can only have 1 card in hand at the moment. K-Command at the moment could shock and make them discard, and Snapcaster Mage can finish off the Jace. Drawing my own Jace would also be delightful. I guess we're going to see what card they kept in hand. There's our Thoughtseize. Delver Secrets, okay. We're going to attack the Jace. I can't let them just have that. I need to find my own Jace is what I need to do. I did not board out any, so I should stop. Yeah, I still have 4 in the deck, so. Another Delver Secrets, okay. So they're running threats right now. That's the thing. Another Snapcaster Mage would be great too. If I can like snap K-Command, that'd be awesome. Make them discard, kill this thing. That's fine. Come on, you're killing me, deck. Why are you doing this to me now? Might be worth it to just hold Snapcaster Mage, I guess. I don't really want to run it into it, but I can eventually answer a Jace. The Delver's a little annoying. I don't really want to just lose my Innocent Blood just loses my Snapcaster Mage anyways. Might as well off the trade. If they play a True Name Nemesis here, I can Innocent Blood, get rid of it. So, yeah, it's getting a little sketchy. This Jace is getting a little out of control. I had to have Gideon and Jace. Alright, my opponent's starting to build up cards in hand. So game's slipping away a little bit. We still have a lot of good top decks. Still a lot of cards we could draw here that... Oh, fucking land. I'll play out this land. And my deck's going to poop on me like this now. Don't do it, deck. Ugh, this Jace is just guarding us. I don't know what we're going to be able to do here. Hopefully we can draw something relevant. Hoping. You can cast the True Name, it's fine. Stoneforge. Okay. I think they failed to find. We've already gotten rid of Jit and Batterskull. There's a chance they have sort of Fire Knights. Nope, they don't. Innocent Blood's a little awkward, doesn't actually answer these things. Another friggin' land, are you kidding me? Alright, here's Innocent Blood. Hopefully get rid of one of these creatures. Clearly Stoneforge, so I'm not going to get rid of the Delver. Come on. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They revealed Daze with Delver and then fetched it away, so we don't have to worry about Daze here. So if we draw Cruel Ultimatum, I think it might actually be a card right now. Buy us back a Snapcaster Mage, which can then buy us back a Lightning Bolt to answer this Jace. If I can draw something that's not a land next turn, that'd be ideal. Running out of steam like that was not pretty. Oh, come on, deck. Don't let me down. Brainstorm. Please resolve. No, Hardcast Force or Counterspell? Hardcast Force, yeah. Well, finally drew something. Can resolve it. That sucks. Oh, we're gonna die to this Jace, I think. We're just getting way too buried in card advantage here. Oh, Stoneforge Mystic, not a big deal. So Pyroclasm's still a decent top deck here, which I believe I brought in, right? No, I didn't. Yeah, I'm a jerk off. Come on, deck. Scalding Tarn, really? Let's play Orborg here. Oh my god, this has been so bad. Jeez. Yep, taking 4, going 2. Because my opponent doesn't have burn, so now they can't particularly reach. But yeah, them being able to resolve this Jace just killed us. But Gideon would have been worse, so I mean, I'm kind of happy it was Jace instead of Gideon. Ooh, that makes Snapcaster Mage not great at the moment. Kess is also not great at the moment. I mean, I guess no, because Kess just we're just dead. Okay, that Grafdigger's Cage was perfectly timed for us to draw Kess. That sucks. Oh, that was rough. All right, I'm bringing in Pyroclasm. I'm bringing in my sweepers. I don't know. Maybe that's not right. Ultimatum's can go. I definitely want my Jaces. Pyromancer Ascension can stay. I'm gonna do cut AJs. I don't know if I actually need sweepers. I don't think I need to have a knee-jerk reaction like that. Like, they're probably fine. Counterspells, I kind of want something like. I think I'm fine with a deck like this. I'm fine with more removal than counter magic. This hand seems fine. Just lean on Island and say go. So it's a little awkward for black mana. So this can get us like a mountain, so we're protecting against Wasteland on blue and red, but we're not protected against Wasteland for black mana at the moment. Okay. I don't want to jam this Pyromancer Ascension in Daze. So I think I'm just going to play this one slow, see how it goes. It's possible that just having active Pyromancer Ascension in the last game might have just won. So I'm just going to probably end up playing this Orborg here. Oh, Wasteland, that sucks. Let's go get a basic Swamp or Mountain. An Orborg. I'm going to go ahead and Diabolic Edict them. So we're playing around days. We're not safe from Flush Storm or Spell Pierce, which is the unfortunate thing. They had it, of course. Okay. This hand's falling apart real quick. Yeah, there was no reason I think we should have lost that last game. Not drawing that many lands was brutal. Hopefully this game we don't get screwed on not drawing lands. Okay, so I don't think we have to worry about back to basics against this deck. Not feeling this is a back to basics type of deck considering how many non-basic they played against us. They are strictly blue-white, it looks like, though. So I'm going to cast Innocent Blood first, see if we can get rid of the Stoneforge Mystic. We know they at least have a Batterskull in hand. We don't know about the other card. They've already cast the ball. Oh, I don't know why I deleted that. That's fine. We know they have Batterskull in hand. I think I try to resolve a Pyromancer's Ascension right now. Force pitch days. So they have days anyways. So I guess we get to resolve this Pyromancer's Ascension, which is sweet. The Stoneforge is going to get a Batterskull to play, which sucks for us. It's possible they just have another days and this just gets countered too. Yeah. At least we got to resolve that. That's cool. Yeah, I think that we need we're pretty much out like K command or bust type of territory, and we need like land plus K command because Wasteland's probably gonna blow us out. Yeah, Wasteland's gonna hurt our mana here for sure. Let's cast Brainstorm, see what we draw. Need to find some lands. If I don't find lands, I'm definitely losing this match. It's K command. That's cool. This other Pyromancer's Ascension is garbage. Snapcaster Mage I don't think we need. Play the Scalding Tarn. Awkwardly, I don't think we can actually fetch right now because I can't just afford to just have them play Wasteland and hit our third land. Here comes Batterskull, which is fine. I can't K command anyways, but I mean, we're taking 3, 7, 8. We're on a 2 here, so we're on a 1. We're in some very big trouble here. I'm kind of tempted to actually put Snapcaster Mage in play to. Alright, I have to risk it. If they have Wasteland, I'm fucked. I got mana screwed a little bit. Sucks, but it happens. I'm going to try and get a Snapcaster Mage into play to block the Batterskull. Save us some life. I don't think I can take a hit this big. Going to 1 life is just not going to work for us. I need to protect a little bit more, so it sucks not being able to like snap, buy back a spell, but I don't think I can take as big a hit. I think it's just way too sketchy. I think I can actually just trade with the Stoneforge Mystic so I can Shatter, Shock, and wipe their board. This obviously leads them to believe like I have something blocking that way, and I'm sure they can probably figure out it's a K command in my hand. But if I can't resolve K command, I'm just like fucked anyway. And Delver Secrets just means I'm fucked in general anyway. Oh boy. Alright, well, let's destroy this artifact. Let's shock this Delver. If this Delver doesn't flip, we still have a chance. They have Spell Pierce, we're just fucking dead anyway. So that was brutal. It happens. What can you do? So we only went 2-3. Yeah. Game 2 drew way too many lands in a row when we had perfect control of the game. Opponent had Jace Gideon in hand, then we were able to get rid of one of them. We were able to get rid of the Gideon, then they were able to resolve Jace by drawing a land the next turn. They were a little massacred that game on their own. In that game, we just, between Wasteland, getting a little bit massacred, not drawing what we needed. It happens. It's unfortunate. I was looking forward to go 3-2 at least, though, so I'm a little disappointed, but it happens. It's perfectly fine. So, changes I make to the deck, like I said, I think counterspells don't need to be in here. I think counterspell should be something more proactive. Could even be like another cantrip like Ponder. That would actually aid to get Pyromancer's Ascension online quicker. And then I don't know if Kess is really necessary. Kess is great, but I don't know if Kess is for this deck. Kess might have to leave and go for like either a 4th Innocent Blood or the 4th Ponder. Probably the 4th Innocent Blood, because I think having more removal is great. I think other than that, the deck would roughly stay the same. And then sideboard. I don't know that it actually changed anything in the sideboard. Maybe some Abrades. Braids versus like the equipment and creatures would be a great addition. Um, it's possible like these two spell pierce could become a couple hymns, and then rather than ponders, like the counter spells could become like Thoughtseize or something main board. And then post board, you'd have more room for stuff like the braids and stuff. You're still going to be light on your cantrips and everything, but having like more removal could be more relevant. A lot of the matches we played, like just kind of drawing dead on removal was kind of rough. Against like that matchup with against Stoneblade, that game too was just miserable once they were able to resolve Jace, and we just started drawing lands from there. So just having like more discard main to kind of hedge towards that, like having Thoughtseize and him have more like a Grixis control shell, but instead of like Baleful Strix, we're running like Cruel Ultimatums and a cast or something. I don't know exactly if that's the way the deck needs to go. Cruel Ultimatum is obviously awkward. It's a little clunky. 4 Jace might just be too much, but 4 Jace against Miracles was insane, so I can't really complain about 4 Jace at the moment. You can always trim some number for like stuff against combo, like Plus Storm and everything like that. So I think overall the deck list is constructed fairly well. I'm not sure that I want this much reactive stuff like Counterspell, which double blue. It's possible I need another fetch land or two as well. It's possible like a couple Bloodstained Mires in place of like one of these islands and probably the Orborg. Like Orborg's like kind of cute for like fixing the 3 black you need for this, but it's probably a little too cute. I'm not 100% positive where I would go with it, but this is where I am right now. It's been fun. I was a little disappointed in the way that league ended, but it happens. And I had fun with the deck overall. I got to resolve multiple Cruel Ultimatums. Got to resolve a lot of spells with the Pyromancer's Ascension active. Got to cast a lot of Kolaghan's Command. Got to cast Kess and get some value off that. Got to cast Innocent Blood, which brings me back to my Pox days. So, I had a lot of fun with this deck. I think that there's definitely some room for improvement. Like I said, either more discard main board or more removal for these counter spells and these spell pierces probably. I don't think you need anything more than force as far as I don't think you need more than just forcible as far as counter magic goes. And again, I don't think Kess is particularly the right card for this deck. This Kess could even become a force Snapcaster Mage. And then trimming down to 60 cards instead of actually running 61 is another thing that I would probably aim for. And again, I think one of these Jaces has to go. I don't think 4 is necessary. 4 is nice, but not necessary. But that's kind of where I stand on the deck. I hope you all enjoyed the stream. I want to say thank you to Hitch to the Coast and Card Hoarder for supporting the stream, making it possible for me to stream all these sweet, fun decks. If it wasn't for them, I would not have the amount of money to afford to switch decks all the time. So thank you very much for that. Thank you everyone who tuned in. Thank you for my couple new followers. If you're not following me yet, feel free to follow me on Twitch. If you want to find me on Twitter, @AaronXanaga. If you want to check out most of my streams, I upload to YouTube afterwards. So if you liked the stream, you thought it was interesting, you want to check out some of the old decks I've played, or you just want to be able to rewatch some of the streams I've had, going back to my YouTube, which is also just go to YouTube, search Aaron Xanaga, which is spelled the same way it is everywhere else. That'd be how you find my videos. And thank you all for stopping by, and I want you all to have a good night.